Seneca once said, "It is not that our lives are short, but that we waste a lot of them." Today we dive into the profound world of historical quotes and Stoic philosophy to discover timeless wisdom that transcends generations. Understand the causes of negative emotions, their impact on us, and how we can control negative emotions to make our lives better. Understand negative emotions. Have you ever wondered about the intricacies of negative emotions? In our journey through Stoic philosophy, it is crucial to distinguish between emotions and feelings. As Marcus Aurelius once pondered, a happy life requires nothing, it's all within yourself, the way you think. Let's uncover the layers of our emotional landscape. Emotions, primitive responses embedded in our DNA, originate in the subcortical regions of our brains. The amygdala is the home of our emotions, coordinating biochemical reactions that shape our physical state. They are our evolved survival toolkit, trigger, fight or flight responses. Think of them as the architects of our reactions, influencing everything from blood flow to facial expressions. Now, emotions, the subtle siblings of emotion, arise in the neocortical region of our brains. As Epictetus wisely said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how to respond to them. Unlike emotions, feelings are deeply personal and shaped by our unique life experiences. 6 basic human emotions. Psychologists have long explored the range of human emotions and their definitions. Psychologists like Ekman have identified 6 basic emotions: anger, disgust, fear, happiness, sadness, and surprise. However, it is Stoic philosophy that guides our understanding of how to navigate these emotions. Today we'll explore how historical figures used their emotions to develop wisdom and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Throughout history, these quotes are more than just words, they are beacons that guide us through a complex emotional landscape. Join us on Wisdom Uncovered to uncover the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Remember, as Seneca reminds us, true happiness is enjoying the present moment rather than anxiously depending on the future. 8 examples of negative emotions. 1. Anger, uncovering fiery emotions. Have you ever been told no when you wanted yes? Feeling your blood boil, body temperature rising, metaphorically, seeing red? Join me as I dissect the complexities of anger. From yelling to throwing things, find out why our bodies react the way they do, and explore positive strategies to navigate such powerful emotions. 2. Worry, a weaker form of anger. A coworker talks too loudly. Your partner doesn't do the dishes. Annoyance is anger's subtler cousin, arising from circumstances beyond our control. Join me as we dive deeper into Plushk's wheel to learn why annoyance is a gentle echo of anger. Explore how Stoic principles can guide us in remaining calm amidst life's troubles. 3. Fear, the core emotion of self-protection. Fear is an ancient sentinel of self-preservation, warning us of dangers and obstacles. Fear shields us from pain and guides us toward potential threats. Join an exploration of this core emotion, learn about its evolutionary role, and how embracing fear can empower us to be proactive, be prepared to face life's challenges. 4. Anxiety, challenging perceptions. Anxiety is the often misunderstood sibling of fear, an early warning system for potential threats. Contrary to popular belief, research shows anxiety improves our ability to recognize danger. Join me as I explore how anxiety changes our energy and makes us more easily reactive and responsive to perceived threats. Revealing the positive side of this often controversial emotion. 5. Grief, a catalyst for change. Missed deadlines, poor grades, or unguaranteed dreams can all make us feel sad. However, sadness is more than just a negative emotion, it marks our passion for something. Join the grief journey and learn how this emotion acts as a catalyst to move us toward positive change and self-improvement. 6. Guilt, the inner moral compass. Guilt is a complex emotion that resonates with past actions and their impact on others. Often labeled a moral emotion, guilt is a catalyst for positive change. Explore its intricate threads to understand how guilt motivating us to make transformative choices in our lives. Join me as I explore the moral compass of this powerful emotion. 7. Apathy, overcoming lost enthusiasm. Losing enthusiasm, motivation, or interest. Apathy is a complex emotion similar to anger that occurs when we lose control. Discover the passive-aggressive rebellion in apathy and explore ways to reignite the flame of passion. Stoic Principles provides a compass to navigate this emotional landscape and reclaim lost passion. 8. Despair, the echoes of unachieved goals. Failed attempts can lead to despair, a strong emotion that tempts us to give up on our goals. Rather than giving up, we should view despair as a helpful reminder to rest and recover. Join me as I learn about despair, far from failure, how can we change our lives? This is a strategic pause before continuing to pursue challenging goals with renewed vigor. What causes negative emotions and why do they occur? Part 1, Revealing Why. Negative emotions are like puzzle pieces that reveal themselves when we examine what triggers them. Let's unravel the clues of our emotions and explore the various scenarios that trigger our emotional responses. From anxiety before a job interview to being stuck in traffic of frustration, each undertaking contributed to our rich emotional experience. Examples of emotional triggers. Anxiety before interview. Anger in traffic jams. Sadness after breakup. Get annoyed when colleagues ignore projects. Feeling hopeless when trying to stick to a new exercise plan. Part 2, Emotions as Information Signals. As scholars assert, our emotions are a valuable source of information. In particular, negative emotions can serve as recognition tools, helping us identify potential threats and enabling us to respond to challenges with resilience. Join me as I explore how these emotions can give us insight into our surroundings and help us prepare for the uncertainties in life. Part 3, The Full Spectrum of Human Experience. As humans, our journey through life is a symphony of emotions, with every note played in response to the ever-changing circumstances we encounter. Embrace the fact that you will experience a wide range of emotions, each of which will enrich your life. Narrative. Let's celebrate the full range of our emotional experiences and embark on this inspiring journey together. As we conclude our exploration of the core of negative emotions, remember that understanding the why behind our emotional reactions allows us to respond to life's challenges with grace. Do we want to completely overcome and stop negative emotions? Essentially, the answer is no. Our natural tendency is often to distance ourselves from emotions that cause discomfort. While it is true that in our modern context, negative emotions do not necessarily mean an imminent threat, avoiding or suppressing these emotions entirely can be counterproductive. Negative emotions constitute a completely normal, vital, and constructive aspect of our lives. Falling into the happiness trap of viewing these emotions as signs of weakness or low emotional intelligence can lead to additional emotional distress. I have personally experienced that trying to hide negative emotions can exacerbate emotional pain. As a human being, you are bound to experience a wide range of emotions in response to life's ever-changing situations. Every emotion, even the negative ones, has a purpose. Through a deeper exploration and understanding of each emotion's underlying purpose, we discover new coping strategies that promote emotional growth and well-being. Additionally, it is important to realize that negative emotions are not the only source of information at our disposal. Before acting on any emotion, it is beneficial to delve deeper into our past experiences, accumulated knowledge, memories, personal values, and desired outcomes for a given scenario. Always remember, emotions are initial reactions, and you retain the power to decide how to respond to them, preventing them from determining your behavior. What are the effects of negative emotions? While acknowledging that negative emotions are a natural aspect of life, it is important to recognize the possible drawbacks of allowing negative emotions the freedom to go unchecked. Overindulging in negative emotions in situations that trigger them can lead to dangerous rumination spirals. Rumination involves persistent, repetitive thoughts or obsession with negative emotional situations and experiences. In this maelstrom of negative thinking, the risk of developing complex feelings of distress about the situation and yourself is high, which can lead to a variety of adverse effects on physical and mental health. The problem with rumination is that it can enhance the brain's stress response circuitry, causing unnecessary surges in the stress hormone cortisol. There is substantial evidence that this heightened stress response is a factor in clinical depression. Prolonged rumination is also associated with harmful coping behaviors such as overeating, smoking, and drinking, as well as physical health consequences such as insomnia, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and clinical anxiety and depression. Additionally, one study found that people who meditated for extended periods of time after a negative emotional experience took longer to recover from the physiological effects of the experience. Breaking out of the rumination cycle can be challenging, especially because many people may not realize they are stuck in this repetitive thought pattern, often mistaking it for proactive problem solving. This lack of awareness may have further consequences for physical and mental health. How do negative emotions affect our health and well-being? It's not negative emotions that directly impact our health and well-being, but how we react and deal with them when we experience them. Sustained exposure to negative emotions triggers increased production of cortisol. Elevated cortisol levels not only impede our cognitive ability to proactively solve problems, but also weaken our immune defenses, making us more susceptible to a variety of diseases. Sustained negative emotions can exacerbate chronic stress and have even been linked to a shortened lifespan. Among negative emotions, anger stands out for its profound impact on health and well-being, especially if not managed effectively. Many studies have linked anger to health problems such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and digestive disorders. Burma's 2007 study found a correlation between unhealthy anger levels and increased cortisol, which leads to a less efficient immune system. According to Bulma's findings, chronically angry people are more likely to develop colds, flu, asthma symptoms, and skin conditions such as rashes than those who don't experience chronic anger. Negative emotions and cancer. The relationship between negative emotions and cancer has attracted research attention in recent years. In this area, research has focused primarily on the link between anger as a negative emotion and cancer. Anger as an emotion is normal in our lives, but research shows that how it is expressed, or not expressed, can have health consequences. When anger is intense and persistent, or conversely, suppressed, it becomes what researchers call unhealthy anger. Research has found that unhealthy anger, when suppressed, is linked to cancer. Research by Thomas et al. Found that cancer patients showed extremely low anger scores on tests, suggesting that patients may be repressing or suppressing their anger. Researchers believe this may be a harbinger of suppressed anger in the development of cancer. Other studies appear to support this idea. In a study of breast cancer patients, researchers reported a significant relationship between what is known as extreme repressed anger and a breast cancer diagnosis. Women who suppress anger also show elevated levels of serum immunoglobulin A, which is associated with some autoimmune diseases. Pinedo et al. Focused on the impact of repressed anger on prostate cancer. They found strong natural killer cell cytotoxicity in men who reported that they did not suppress their anger. While these studies do seem to shed light on a relationship, particularly as it relates to repressed anger, research in this area is currently too limited to draw final conclusions. It also doesn't clearly show a strong link between anger and all cancers, just certain ones. It's important to note that these studies dealt with extremely suppressed anger, which is uncommon among most people. Overall, these studies provide us with insights into the long-term health consequences that negative emotions, and specifically anger, may have if we do not actively deal with them. 5 proven benefits of negative emotions. Negative emotions are not all doom and gloom. In fact, if we deal with it correctly, negative emotions may have benefits for our health, and this is an area that a growing body of research is focusing on. I've summarized some key findings about how negative emotions can benefit us below. Sadness improves attention to detail. Positive emotions may cause us to think that everything around us is going well, while negative emotions remind us that we are facing challenges or new stimuli that require greater concentration. Sadness is an alarm that something may not be right and prompts us to think about why and how to fix it. Anger can be a strong motivation to seek mediation. Only about 10% of the time does aggression follow anger. Anger can motivate us to take positive action to solve a problem, not necessarily through confrontation or physical behavior. Anxiety encourages seeking new solutions to problems. When faced with anxiety, we try to escape the feeling. Anxiety is closely related to the fight or flight response, motivating us to act quickly. This emotion drives us to seek solutions to escape danger. Guilt helps change negative behavior. Guilt can be a helpful emotion and our moral compass. When guilt arises, it means we may have hurt someone we care about. This is a mechanism by which our internal system punishes itself when we make a mistake. Jealousy motivates to work harder. Jealousy is not always negative. Benign envy has been shown to motivate students to perform better on tests and assignments because seeing their classmates achieve good grades motivates them to work harder. The next time you feel jealous because someone else has achieved something you want, try thinking of it as a positive motivation. It means the goal is achievable for you, too. How can we manage and process our negative emotions more effectively? Acceptance is one of the most effective ways to deal with negative emotions. Just as negative emotions have their benefits, excessive pursuit of constant happiness can have detrimental effects on our overall emotional health. Accepting negative emotions in ourselves and others is part of the human experience, allowing us to better understand how emotions are expressed and the reasons behind them. We shouldn't get stuck in the mindset that negative emotions are something to be avoided or are somehow wrong. Instead, we need to accept them as an integral part of our lives. Once we are able to do this, we can truly change our responses to negative emotions, develop meaningful behaviors, and place more value on our interactions with others and self-expression. This attitude of acceptance creates a healthier, more meaningful emotional life for us. 6 tips for effectively managing, processing, and embracing negative emotions. As positive psychology gains a deeper understanding of our negative emotions, it provides us with a variety of strategies to help us better balance these emotions in our daily lives. Sims delved into ways to proactively deal with and acknowledge negative emotions and came up with the acronym Tears of Hope to guide individuals. Here's what it means. T equals teaching and learning. It's the process of listening to what your body is trying to teach you through the manifestation of negative emotions and understanding their meaning. It builds personal knowledge of the way you respond to emotional states, interprets the signals your body is sending you, and acknowledges that these signals have a purpose. E equals express and enable. Negative emotions encourage us to express them. They are very actionable emotions. The acronym expression and enabling sections encourage you to explore this with an open and curious mind. It's about increasing your acceptance of your natural instincts and allowing them to exist without resentment. A equals accept and become friends. This follows expression and enablement nicely. It's about making friends with yourself and the way you are as a person. Focus on increasing your acceptance through positive affirmations and bring your negative emotions into a space of acceptance. R equals reevaluate and reframe. Once you begin to accept that this is a natural part of who you are, you can begin to focus on reframing the situation and how you react. Just because negative emotions arise, it doesn't mean you have to react in a way that is harmful to you and those around you. Accepting negative emotions is not about accepting or excusing bad behavior, but about creating awareness for positive reactions in yourself and others. S equals social support. Knowing that negative emotions exist in all of us, and in much the same way, can be an excellent source of compassion and empathy for those around us. This allows us to treat others who are experiencing negative emotions with compassion rather than allowing ourselves to become angry. H equals hedonic well-being and happiness. This is the process of grouping positive experiences with negative experiences. Because we recall negative experiences more easily, it's helpful for us to group them with positive ones so that we don't fall into the trap of rumination. This way, we can focus more of our energy on recalling positive experiences. O equals observe and participate. Take the time to really observe your reactions and don't ignore, suppress, or over-exaggerate them. Use mindfulness to focus on your mind and body, and on the specific emotions that are occurring within you. Pay attention to these reactions without judgment. P equals physiological and behavioral changes. Just as you observe your emotional and psychological reactions, also observe your physical reactions. Focus on your breathing, heart rate, and feel the physiological changes that negative emotions may cause. Again, don't judge, just pay attention to the changes. E equals eudaimonia. This may not be a word you're familiar with, but it's well worth adding to your vocabulary. Eudaimonia is a Greek word that basically means to have a good spirit. This means that you have found a state of happiness, health, and prosperity, and you have learned to take actions that lead to overall happiness. This means you actively strive for authenticity in everything you do. We dive into the nature of negative emotions and how to effectively manage them. In this challenging world, understanding and managing your emotions is a vital part. We learned that negative emotions can be a constant in life, but that doesn't mean we can't take control. By becoming aware of the root causes of our emotions and taking positive actions to change our thought patterns, we can start on the path to a more positive, healthier life. Remember, controlling negative emotions doesn't happen overnight, it takes patience and practice. The tips and strategies we share are a great starting point, but you can adapt and develop them to suit your own situation. If you think this video is helpful to you, please like, forward and save it. By sharing this information, together we can build a more positive, supportive community that helps each other grow. Thank you for watching. I hope this video can be a powerful companion in the face of negative emotions. Please stay tuned to our channel as we will bring you more content on mental health, emotion management, and personal growth. Have a wonderful day.